一名灵异探险博主在探索一座鬼屋的时候，打算安装一台固定摄像机，但他身后的那是什么呢？这名叫做安杰洛的博主家中最近出现了很多的超自然现象，大家可能只看过其中的一部分，我现在深挖出了他拍摄到的所有的超自然现象。
Les quiero enseñar a mi princesa cómo ya platica conmigo. Mi amor, ay, perdón. ¿Qué es eso? Ven, Angelaini. Ven, mi amor. Ven, párate, para que no te puedo dejar acá. ¡Lisette! Espera, mi amor. ¡Lisette! Nos acaban de tocar la puerta y la acaban de abrir, no hay nadie. Estoy solo con mi hija. Estoy temblando. Espérate. Les quiero mostrar que no hay nadie acá en el patio, no hay... ¡Lisette! ¡Ven! No hay nadie acá en el patio. No hay nadie. En la parte de arriba. Siempre pasan las cosas cuando estoy con mi hija. ¡Liz! Nos acaban de abrir la puerta, güey. Nos acaban de abrir la puerta acá y se vio alguien. ¿Eh? Estábamos ahí sentados y se vio alguien. Acá nos abrieron. Amigos, son 12:48 de la madrugada y voy a empezar a grabar porque estoy escuchando ruidos en mi sala y en mi cocina. Estoy solo. Ay, cabrón. Estoy solo. Y se empiezan a escuchar ruidos. La puerta está abierta, no sé por qué. Todo en silencio, todo en noche.
Esa mano no tenía que estar ahí.
¿Qué es eso? Estoy solo. No puede ser posible esto. No puede ser posible, no hay nadie. No puede ser posible esto. No puede ser posible esto. Amigos, son las 11 de la noche. Salí a tomar un poco de agua y se empezaron a escuchar ruidos otra vez en la casa. De hecho, se empezó a menear el banco en ese momento. No puede ser que otra vez esté pasando. Estoy solo con mi hija. No puede estar pasando esto. Se empiezan a escuchar ruidos
Algo
otra
se
vez.
apareció en mi casa.
¿Qué es eso? Vi a alguien acá. Vi a alguien acá.
这辆车是这名车主刚刚买下的，可没开多远，他和朋友就发现。
Oh, that's fucking weird!
Can you slide it all the way? Are you able to? All the way. All the way. You got this. Keep going. Keep going.
Bro!
You got this. All the way. Now, can you go all the way back? Are you able to?
Bro, no way.
Are you able to go all the way back? Show me.
No
Keep going.
way!
Keep going. All the way. You got this. Come on. Keep going. All the way.
这会是一辆闹鬼的车吗？在北爱尔兰境内有这样一片森林，森林里长满了苔藓和各种各样诡异的树木和巨石，而在这片森林里还隐藏着许多中世纪的房屋遗迹。如果你去这里游玩，记得一定不要离开那铺设好的小路，不然你会发现你的周围会被黑暗慢慢笼罩。据当地传闻，从15世纪到17世纪，该地区每周都会有休尸的人。只要有人去那森林里砍柴或采浆果，那很有可能这个人就回不来了，而前去寻找他的人甚至连尸体都找不到。 还可能把自己弄得无影无踪。其实还不止这些，每一个从这里经过的人都会说自己在这片森林里有奇怪甚至恐怖的经历。这片森林的名字就是巴里波利森林。在2021年的3月，博主阿德里安公开了一部极度诡异的影片。在影片中，几个人就来到了这一片森林探索。
It's basically as dense as it gets. Wow.
Yeah.
Proper spooky stuff. Yeah, that's how you know you're properly in the middle of a haunted wood. Okay, we'll do it here, and I'll go zoomed in mode, right? Here, give Aaron your torch.
I thought that. See behind Adrian, I caught a glimpse of the tree. I'm not kidding. There was a woman in a dress. I'm not kidding.
This is it. We are now in the middle of the forest, and this is where we're going to try and bring whatever lives here out forth. Spirit of Ballybowley, come forth, present your extraordinary self to us. We compel you to join us in a meeting. We urge you to join our party. We beg you. Spirits of the wood, ye four, come, join us. Stand with us now. No, mate, I don't think it did. I'm like, there's nothing here, like. What the fuck was that?
他们几个人到底遭遇了什么呢？其实这都不是重点，重点是这几个人全都失踪了。那你可能会问，他们失踪了，影片是从哪儿来的呢？影片呢，是从一个徒步爱好者的手里得到的。徒步爱好者在经过那里的时候，捡到了他们的相机，经过博主的剪辑才公布出来。而他们几个人就像那传说中一样，连尸体都找不到了。一名在旧金山军械库工作的安保人员，在一次夜晚执勤的时候，突然听到了在休息区有椅子移动的声音。警觉的他慢慢地走了过去，可是
Oh, hell no. This is what I'm talking about, dude. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I'm here in this building by myself, bruh. By myself.
经检查，当时这里所有的门窗都是关闭的，根本不可能有人溜进来，或者是风吹进来。那会是什么呢？心灵种子 TV 的博主这一次受到了一位老人的邀请，而老人为什么要邀请两位博主来自驾调查呢？故事要从很久很久之前讲起。在45年前，一对夫妇购买了一座在郊外的房子。许多年后，这家的人丁越来越兴旺，两位夫妇也有了许多的身份，父母、爷爷奶奶。而在一次家庭聚会的时候，这位老人发现了一件 不寻常的事情。他发现自己的孙子在和人说话，他就推门走进了房间。但让人惊讶的是，房间里只有小孙子一个人。
Sometimes I'd walk in on my grandchild and I would notice that he would be in the room talking with someone, and there was no one in the room at all. And you know, at first I thought he was just playing with a G.I. Joe or something like that, but he was actually having a conversation. And my son asked him, "Who are you talking to?" And he said, "My friend." And then we said, "Well, how old is he?" And my grandson said to my son, "The same age as you." And that was weird, because when kids have imaginary friends, they're not usually adults. They're usually like a peer, you know, or someone their age. My grandson was at that age about 7 years old, so I just thought that was really strange. And so that kind of made the hair on our arms kind of stand on end a little bit. One of the creepier things was, I was asleep this one night, and I don't know why I woke up, but I just woke up. I don't know what it was. So I went downstairs to get a glass of water, and I'm looking out the window. I see my grandson swinging on the swing. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was shocked because he's not supposed to be outside, and this is a 7-year-old kid in the middle of the woods playing.
He's out there all alone?
All alone on a swing, no lights. I was actually kind of scared because, like, why is my grandson all by himself swinging on a swing at 3 o'clock in the morning? And I asked him, "What are you doing out here?" And he said that he was asleep and his friend woke him up and told him to come out here.
That's creepy.
It was so creepy. I just had a knot in my stomach at this point, and it scared me. You know, like, you know, what's going on with this kid? So we get back in the house. I tuck him in, and I thought of waking up his father, but it was 3 o'clock in the morning, so I figured I'd wait till the next morning to tell his father.
How did he react?
Well, we had already talked about the imaginary friend, so when I told him what happened and the fact that it's one thing when a kid has an imaginary friend, and, you know, there could be all kinds of reasons for it, but when the imaginary friend is taking him out to do something that is potentially dangerous,
Yeah.
I don't know. So my son was very upset about that, and he said that's never happened.
Has there been anything that you and your wife have experienced when your grandkids are not there?
It's an old house, and so when my wife and I are there alone, you know, you hear noises in the woods, you hear the house settling and creaking, and, you know, that kind of stuff I expect. But there have been times where, you know, we hear these odd noises, like furniture moved or something falling down the stairs. There was one night where my wife woke me up and said, "There's someone in the house." And so, you know, because she thought she heard footsteps. And so we turn on the lights and go downstairs and we don't see anything. And then I think I'm just imagining it. So, you know, but the stuff with my grandson, now I'm questioning stuff.
两位博主同意了这次调查，而且他们还要在这里过夜，而他们会找到那个看不见的朋友吗？
Stopped.
两位博主把这房子里里外外调查了一圈，该了解的也了解的差不多了，所以他们打算先去休息，明早继续。
What sounded like a car crash came from the closet in the room that I was sleeping in. I immediately woke up, grabbed the flashlight and my cell phone. I turned the flashlight on and I noticed a light clicked on in the closet. I thought maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me, so I moved my flashlight away, and then I saw the light in the closet flickering. And at the same time the light was flickering, the door started opening. As I approached the door, I could hear music playing. It sounded like a small music box or something. Hello? So my first instinct was, I'm getting out of this room right now. And I can't even fucking get the door to budge. I'm pulling on the handle and my flashlight dies that exact same second. I can't see anything. The light in the closet already turned off and I'm losing my mind. I wanted to have all the lights on. I couldn't see what was going on. I was at my peak, like my peak limit of being scared. I was fucking freaking out. I just wanted to make sure that I got on camera that I was the only one in that room. And by the time Colton came up, he had to slam the door just to get in the room. That also scared me. I didn't know if that was him or something else was happening. I was losing my shit.
"刚刚那盏灯在闪烁的时候，出现了一幅极其诡异的画面，不知道你注意到没有？仔细看那墙上的画，那幅画反射出来的画面像不像是一张人脸呢？更加诡异的是，这张脸竟然和另一名博主极为的相似，而这张脸也引发出了两种说法。第一种呢，就是博主在拍摄的时候不小心穿帮了，他可能自己都没有注意到自己会因为反光而出现在那幅画里。第二种呢，就比较符合整篇故事的推理了。还记得小男孩的朋友吗？会不会是他变成了博主的样子，出现在了那镜子中呢？而这两种说法，你更愿意相信哪个呢？接下来是午夜电台时间，故事呢来自一位观众的真实经历。那件事发生在我18岁那年，到今天已经过去15年的时间了。现在我和朋友提起那晚的遭遇， 我们都还不由自主地打个寒颤。那时候我刚拿到驾驶执照，第一件事就是和自己的朋友开车到处溜达。因为年轻嘛，总觉得年轻人开车要够帅，要够坏，所以我们决定去我们当地那座比较出名的山上逛逛。那座山的风景很好，平时也有很多的游客，但是那座山上却有一条非常诡异的路，那里有一个发卡弯，经常会出现车祸。而且这座山上还有一个传说，说晚上经过这里的时候，如果看到有穿红衣的人向你招手，千万不要停车，否则后果自负。我们几个人都知道这个传说，当我们在山上逛完以后，总想寻找一些刺激，就心想哪有人会遇到这种事儿啊。于是我们抱着侥幸心理就开车上了这条路，准备从这条路下山。晚上10点，车里的音乐声很大，我们一车4个人还一路上开着玩笑，聊的竟是一些吃的玩的，想通过这些来缓解紧张的气氛。差不多开了将近5分钟的时候，在一个岔路口出现了一台车，一直跟在我们的后面。我们几个人商量了一下，让他超过去为我们开路，这样我们就没有那么害怕了。于是我打开了双闪灯，车速放慢，示意后车超过去。结果是他无动于衷，还是紧紧地跟在我们的后面。我女朋友对我说，他们可能跟咱们的想法一样，让我们为他们开路。就这样，2台车一路慢慢地往山下开着。开了一段距离后，我总觉得很奇怪，我开得这么慢，你竟然还跟着我。于是我通过后视镜想看看到底是什么车在后面，但碍于他的车灯太亮，我始终看不到他具体的样子。这时候差不多快要到那个事故频发的路段了，这台车打起了方向灯，他终于要超越我们了。于是我放慢了车速，想看看到底是什么车。然后就是我们4个人瞪大了眼睛，愣在了车上。我当时就感觉车里的温度在急速的下降，吓得我们一身的冷汗。我发誓，这是我这辈子见过的最恐怖的一幕。从那以后，我再也没有上过这座山，甚至连这附近我都没再来过。那台车慢慢的从我们旁边经过的时候，我记得很清楚，那车里坐着4个人，其中1个人的打扮很扎眼，是一身红衣。但等我们再仔细看的时候，才发现他们哪是人呢？这分明是4个纸扎人呢。就这样，他们和我们的车子并驾齐驱，然后和我们四目相对，还露出了诡异的笑容。当时给我吓得一脚就踩在了刹车上，我们的车直接就停了下来，然后那台车子就直接消失了。等我缓过神来，再往车前看的时候，也不知道是不是该高兴，因为离我们车头不到3米的距离就是一面山壁，我们捡回了一条命啊！后来下山之后，我们就各自回家了。之后我从我女朋友的口中听到，那晚和我们同车的她的朋友，在那件事4、5天之后就发生了车祸，意外离开了。我女朋友还听说，她朋友是撞在了路边的电线杆上才离开人世的，而且在死后脸上还挂着恐惧的表情。故事结束了，非常感谢这位观众的投稿，谢谢您。好吧，恐怖的时间总是短暂的，我们的节目要在这里跟大家说再见了。这里是飞鸿禁地，如果你喜欢这个频道，请点击订阅，打开小铃铛，在以后的日子里，让我们一起探索这个未知的世界。 黎明将至。我们下期再见。